Hey guys, you can see I'm standing here with the 292 Chevy, the other guy's Chevrolet motor, the inline 6-cylinder. I'm going to show you how we're going to upgrade this carburetor to a 2-barrel Holley and what that entails with the adapters and stuff. And I also got a spacer because I was a little bit worried about the carburetor being too close on the adapter and not transitioning properly. Yeah, I think it's all for naught. But the interesting thing, I started thinking, hey, look at this adapter. Look at these other adapters. We can adapt up to maybe put a 4-barrel on it. We can adapt up to put a Dominator 4-barrel on it. And now I just want to show you, this is kind of a metaphor on how these projects tend to like expand and get out of control. You know, it starts off with, hey, I just need to change the radiator cap in my radiator, and then pretty soon it's the whole radiator and the hoses and the water pump, and you know, just turns into everything, turns into rebuilding the motor. So I'm going to show you, this is kind of cool though. So let's take a look and see what's going on with this 292 6-cylinder. I'll show you how we're going to upgrade the carburetor and then how it just grows from there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is remove this carburetor. So we got to take the fuel lines off. We've already loosened these up, obviously. We also got a vacuum line down here. That's actually a flare fitting, which is kind of interesting. So we'll separate those. We got our 2 retaining bolts. Got one here, one back there on the back side. There you go. There, now you can see it. Okay, so now we can go ahead and pull that carburetor off. You can see, nice, throaty, big power. That's our opening there, 2-bolt flange. Okay, so this is the start how things spiral out of control. I ordered this adapter plate. It's a Transdap deal. So it goes from the 1-barrel, so you can mount a 2-barrel. You see this distance here? Doesn't match this. So it's the wrong adapter. That's my fault for ordering the wrong part. Probably one exists that would bolt to this, but I don't want to run the carburetor in this direction anyway. So what I'm going to do is we're going to rotate it like so and put it on. That way I can put the carburetor like this. But what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and I'm going to mark some spots. We're going to drill holes and drill and tap the manifold to accept this adapter like this, and then I can install the carburetor on there. So let's go ahead and drill that stuff and we'll get it set up. So what we'll do is just mark the first hole. We've got our things positioned correctly. I'm just going to put a little witness there, and so we know where our hole is going to be. Okay, got a good spot. Got our hole covered so nothing gets in there. So we'll start with a small hole and then make it bigger and then tap it. Then we'll drill our hole for the tap. Okay, so we've got our hole drilled and tapped. We've got a bolt for it, and as it turns out, the intake manifold bolt from the Cadillac is perfect. Just a perfect length, you know, fits right there, nice. The one problem we run into in trying to bolt this on, these 2 studs will hit right here. You see the little witness marks. Not a problem. It's always an opportunity. So what we're going to do, just dress those a little bit with a file, give us enough clearance, that way it'll set on there. Then I'm going to bolt this down and secure it in place and then mark the other hole. So all we got to do is drill it. So then we'll go ahead and test fit it, see if it's going to work. That fits on there nice. Take our Cadillac bolt. See, the other guys, they stick together. So now we can secure that in place, mark our other hole, and drill away. We've got our adapter bolted down, secured by that one bolt, Cadillac bolt. So we'll take our drill, go in the other hole, mark that hole, drill and tap it, same as the other one. Now, if you're doing this, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, there's a little ledge where the factory one bolts to. And unfortunately, these holes kind of line up right with that ledge, right where that step. So this is my other method. Rat tail file in the drill. If you need to elongate a little bit, so with the right clearance, hold our flange, hold our adapter down. Sweet. Our gasket in place. Carburetor down. We got our carburetor in place on the adapter, and honestly, if you're going to run this in the car, it might be better to have the carburetor turned the other way just so you can activate the linkage properly. For us on the dyno, it's not going to be a big deal. Looks cool. Here's my concern running this 2-barrel adapter. Obviously, you still have the tape and everything on there, but the transition, this area into this hole, not that I think this is going to be a flow restriction, but I just wondered how well that was going to work with the 2-barrel carburetor. So what I did to help cure that is I bought another spacer, just a standard 2-barrel spacer to space the carburetor up. So what we'll do is put this on there like that, and then we'll put the carburetor on. Put that on. Then we can stick our carburetor on. So now we've got a adapter and a spacer to raise the carburetor up. So I'll test that both ways and kind of find out, you know, what happens, what works and what doesn't, to see if there's any gain at all from the transition. Again, we've got 2 barrels up here and only one opening in the manifold, so I don't know if the extra flow is going to do anything, but it sure looks a lot cooler, especially this grungy motor. So now I'll show you what happens when we go from this to something really silly. So now, because they make an adapter to go from a 2-barrel to a 4-barrel, we can step things up even further. So if we line our 2-barrel up, and yes, I know we don't have a gasket on it, we're just kind of checking fitment right now. So take these off. So now, because we have our 2-barrel to 4-barrel adapter, we can install this big old Holley 4-barrel. So big old throaty 4-barrel on a 6-cylinder. What's up? So here's where we kick things up, you know, that final notch. 4150 to 4500 Dominator adapter. So we've got our 4150 here. Put this bad boy on there. The crowning glory. Dominator 6-cylinder. Dun dun dun! Okay. Okay guys, what'd you think about the Dominator install? I know, it's big, right? On the 292 Chevy. Inline 6-cylinder, Dominator carburetor. What could be better? I mean, what do you guys think? Does it look cool? Definitely yes. Is it gonna do anything? Probably not. Should I run it anyway? I think so. 2-barrel, 4-barrel, big 4-barrel. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff. And I got more stuff coming up because I'm working on the turbo system tomorrow.